I am not feeling too good today. The kids had something. They just started school, not even, I guess, a little over a week now. They started school and they already picked up something. They picked it up and now I have it. So it's one of those things that needs to run its course. I should give it maybe 2 or 3 days and I think I'll feel better. But I was doing very good. I was doing quite good. I had a whole week where I skipped with the exception of one day. So I now skip 6 times a week. But I don't know. I was able to skip this morning and I completed my 1,100 skips. But I don't know if I'll be up for it tomorrow morning just because of how I'm feeling. You see, I was just doing good. I even took out my hair. Look at that. I took out my hair. I wanted to wash it and braid it because I cannot deal with this hair like this. I cannot manage this hair. That's why I braid it down and put on a wig. Actually, my preference is to just cut off the whole hair, like cut it off, like gorimapa. But I had that gorimapa period and the hair grew back. And I was getting a lot of questions as to why I cut my hair, which is really nobody's business, but a lot of people were asking me about it. And then it came to a point where within 1 year, I was asked out by 2 different girls. Yes, not boys, girls. So I felt as though maybe I was giving out the gay vibe. You know, sometimes when you're in school, you're not really up to making up. You just wake up, your goal is to be in class. And that was my phase throughout that period. But I guess maybe I was giving out the gay vibe or whatever it was. So I had 2 girls approach me, which I don't really, not the same day, within that whole school year. And I have nothing against gay people whatsoever. It's all love. But I myself, I am obviously not gay. So I said to myself, maybe it's the vibe that I'm giving out. Maybe I should start growing out my hair. And I'm growing it out now. And I'm even ready to cut it. It's too much wahala. But I am enjoying my wigs at the same time. And I think a little bit of hair underneath your wig makes it look good. If I were just having gorimapa and then put wig on it, I don't think it would look as good. Does that make sense? Anyway, yes. So I wanted to braid my hair back today, but I just don't have the energy for it. I don't. And I'm supposed to work tomorrow too, but I don't even know if I can do it. Hey guys, a little change in the voice, I'm sure you noticed. So I officially have a cold or flu or whatever. It's one of those things that needs to just run its course. I will give it about 3 days, and in those 3 days, I will not be working out. I don't have the energy for it. In the meantime, I have my tea to drink. I am drinking green tea. I have honey, and I also have lime mixed into it. It's helping soothe my throat. So whatever it is that I had is slowly fading away. There's still a little hoarseness to my voice, but it's much better, much better than what it was before. Whenever these things flare up, really all that does it for me is rest and recovery. I can't work because it makes it worse. I just have to stay at home. I drink a lot of ginger tea and some tea with lime, sometimes honey. And honey really helps soothe the throat. But I find that too much sugar for me makes me kind of nauseated. So I try to stay away from the honey. Because of course it has that sugary taste. Excuse the voice, guys, but I'm getting better. This is like the better phase. Okay, so by the sound of my voice, you guys can tell I am feeling a whole lot better. Much better. I will say 95% much better. I try to get back on the wagon of just walking out and everything. And I started coughing really badly. I started almost having a coughing attack. Aside from the workouts, no cough whatsoever. So that just tells me that I need to just kind of slow it down a little bit. I might just be doing team too much. So, what I'm going to do, I'll give it a day or two and get back on the skipping again, because that's really what it is that works for me. But in the meantime, what I can do is walking. I can take my walk and I'll track my steps with the phone. Or, you know what? Oh, I always have this challenge at work with one of my coworkers who is, into the fitness thing now. So we challenge each other to see who will get the most steps at work, and we can go up to 10,000, 11,000. So it's been really effective. I can do that in the meantime. I came to the store. I need to pick up something real quick, but I wanted to share this with you guys before I go in. I was listening to Wazobia just now, and they're running this ad about breastfeeding, about exclusively breastfeeding your child. Let me turn this AC down. So, in the ad, it tells you that, breastfeeding is the important thing to do with your child. Check, which is fantastic, which is wonderful. And they tell you that powdered milk is not really the first step for you to go with. That breastfeeding is the best form of feeding, which I completely agree with them. And I'm listening to this ad because it seems to be a new ad running on Wazobia. I usually listen to Wazobia at least once or twice a day. And this is my first time listening to the ad. I'm thinking to myself, wow, Nigerian government's paying for an ad to, that's just really a wellness ad, preventative ad, I think is great. But then towards the end of the ad, you hear this ad is paid for by USAIDs or something like that. So it's not really Nigeria government, it's somebody else, some probably NGO here in US paying for it. I think I see somebody I know, or maybe not. Anyway, so that kind of dampened the whole excitement, because I'm thinking here, hey, Nigeria is doing something great, paying for an ad, blah blah blah. But it turns out it's not Nigeria, it's US. Okay, fine, but the ad is still great. But one thing I feel as though they're missing in the ad is, hey, it's great to breastfeed your child, yes, but really some people try as they may, they're not able to do that. Thankfully, I was able to breastfeed all three of my children. I didn't have any issue with them, latching on or anything like that. But a lot of women do. A lot of them, it could be just, not really knowing how to properly hold your child so that they're getting enough sucking action of the breast. Or it could be that their nipple is very short compared to the norm. So the baby is not able to completely latch on. Maybe the baby is just kind of sucking air and they're not encouraged to suck, because if you're not getting the nutrition you're supposed to get, what is the point of continuously latching on? So a lot of people fail to breastfeed because they just don't know how to. So I feel as though that ad, they should have added on the fact that if you have any problem with breastfeeding, here is a public health office you can come to. Here is a public lactation specialist you can come to in your area. I know it's wishful thinking. I feel as though we should not be educating the women on only the importance of breastfeeding. We should also show those ones who don't know how to, show them how to do it, because some people just kind of give up. If you're trying to breastfeed your child and your child is not sucking and you're carrying this breast milk for 2 days, you become engorged, you become so heavy, it becomes so painful. You yourself, you just, let me go and get this powdered milk if I can and relieve my pain, because that engorgement pain is no joke. It can just kind of radiate from your breast all the way to your back. And I know about half of it, because after 6 months, once I have my child, after 6 months, I am returning back to work. And when you get back to work, a couple of hours, you don't pump that milk, you don't express the milk out. The thing is so pain, like no pain medication will relieve the pain. All you have to do is just go and express the milk out with a pump. So I can't imagine women going like a day or two without expressing the milk out, and you're still encouraging them to breastfeed, and they're not breastfeeding because it's just too painful. I think educating women on not just the importance of breastfeeding, but how to properly breastfeed will significantly increase the amount of women breastfeeding. But the ad, kudos to whoever is doing that, the NGO, and also the radio is running the ad. Of course, I think they paid them for that ad, although it's like a public service announcement, but I think the radio, they get paid for it as well. But no matter how you look at it, I think it's still a great idea. You know, breastfeeding is amazing. It's amazing. You look in nature, in National Geographics, you see a gorilla give birth to a monkey because they're the closest relatives in this whole species thing. You see them give birth, and after a few hours or whatnot, the infant naturally latches on the mom's breast. It is, I think, it's a beautiful thing, and we should talk about it more. We should educate women more on not just why they should do it, but how to do it. Another one completed. So I am getting ready to head out. I made some shake to drink as my breakfast today. I have some home orders for Gile to drop off, and then after that I have a class. The class is all about the brain. It's a nursing class, traumatic brain injury, stroke, and things like that. And it was actually optional. I signed up for the class myself. It was being offered for free, but in addition to that, you get your CEU units. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's almost like continuing education units that you acquire. You're supposed to really gain as much as you can every year. It depends on where you work. Some of them require more than some, but I decided to take this class myself because if you caught me last year or maybe when I just graduated nursing school, I won't even have time for CEU units. What I did then was just work. But now, the older you get, you just realize that what is more, hopefully the older you get, you realize what is more important to you in life. Then I really didn't care about acquiring more knowledge. I just wanted to work. Aside from school, I would not sign up for anything else. But now it's like, there's really so much to learn. Even now that I am in nursing, I learn new things every day. There's new researches and things like that you have to be abreast with. And if you're just working constantly, you don't have time for that. You don't have enough time. So I gave myself a limit. I no longer do overtime unless I have to, unless it is absolutely necessary. I don't do overtime. All my overtime is spent with the family. If I have extra time, I sign up for classes, I learn more. So that's what the plan is for today. Workouts and everything has been going really, really well. Made some baked moi moi. What you see here is crumbled up bits of fish, crumbled up bits of fresh fish. So I have 2 pans here. This should be good for about a week or so for the family. I can't wait to taste it, just fresh out of the oven. And this is like protein upon protein upon protein. So we're still on the healthy arena. So today's blood pressure is much lower than expected. Look at that, 98/67. I don't like to see it this low. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I am overly relaxed right now. But I like the hundreds. Most 120s, but 90s, not so much. So I don't know. Let's just say that I would not like it any lower than this. I gotta bring it at a good range, 100s, 120s max, but nonetheless, it's still a good number. So this is our number for the week. I will see you guys next week. Oh, I am currently working with this fabric, and let me not jinx myself and try to record a video. But this is what I'm working on, and I love this. This is one of those old school classic, and I was able to get this a couple years back. I think it was 2 years ago or last year that I got this, and I'm making a very simple dress out of it. So we'll see how that goes. I will see you guys later. Bye.